Here we'll demonstrate how to use the steam wand to texture and steam milk. So the first thing we start with is some cold milk, and here we fill it close to the bottom of the pitcher spout, about a ½ inch below or above is usually ideal. We're using cold milk. The current temperature is about 53 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. Alright, so step one is to bring your steam wand out. Now, after that, you can purge it for just a moment to make sure there's no condensed water in there. Next, what we'll do is we'll bring our pitcher to our steam wand, make sure this is all the way out. That'll hold it at about 40 degrees. So, to start, we'll put the tip of that wand just barely below the surface, near the center, and then halfway from the center to the wall, and that's what that looks like. So again, we're putting the wand into the spout to hold it in place, in the center, and then to the side a little bit, and the tip of that should be just below the milk. We'll hold that with one hand, we'll use the other hand to press the steam button, and then we'll return that hand back to the carafe. Right now we're just introducing air, and then once we've done that, we'll raise that pitcher up a bit. Now we're just texturing, so we've already introduced our air bubbles. And here we can see the temperature. Ideally we want to aim for about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. You can keep my hand there. Now for your latte, if you want to make latte art, you don't want too much bubbles. But depending on your other drinks, you may want more bubbles. Pushing 120 Fahrenheit, it's getting a little bit hot, a bit too hot to hold now. So we'll give it just a little bit more time. Alright. To see the temperature. Some etiquette here is to wipe that milk off immediately. And then you want to purge out any remaining milk. As you turn off the steam, that negative pressure will allow milk to soak back up. Here we're just under 140. About 130 is where it feels a little too hot to touch. You can go a little bit higher, but you don't want to go too much higher than 140 because then you'll end up overcooking the milk and that'll completely destroy its abilities. And here's a good visualization of that texture. Not too much foam there. It should kind of look like a glossy paint. And if you have some bubbles there, you can just give a little smack on the solid surface and that'll take out those bubbles. There you go. Let's go ahead and try to pour that into the cup. So here we have a double shot of espresso we've just poured. Now I'm not a professional at the pouring art. The first step we do is we kind of just let that run through the top layer, and it'll give us a brown canvas. Now the next step is to bring the tip of this spout here close to the surface. Basically what you want to do is bring it so close that it's able to actually separate across and skid across the surface, and you'll get like a thick white layer across the surface. And then the rest of it is just the motion of your wrist along with that gravity will kind of push it and spread it. And then the directions that you move your wrist from there will determine the shape that you end up with. We can practice that some more.